Hey y'all, I'm back with another UTDX video, and today I'm gonna show you guys how to macro the Kurama or Kitsunak's struggle keys, or the Ultra Boss, I guess. So first, if you guys are curious on how to even get these keys in the first place, you do get them from the Naruto Legend stage. So let's see, it's this one. So you gotta beat this story mode, and then you go over here. And then as you guys can see, it's a 5% chance, but it does get higher as you increase it. Yeah, 25%. So the biggest problem with the Kurama Ultra Boss is just like the map layout itself and the early game, because there's 4 different paths and it's just, it's very annoying. But I think the best unit for early game is Ace. So I'd say he's a must-have. I will tell you other alternatives if you don't have him, but I'd say don't get Ruler. Definitely don't get Ruler. It'll be a lot easier if you have Astral, because you'll be able to spread out 3 different aces all over the map. And he does have a passive, as you guys can see. Every time he inflicts burn on the enemy, he gets more range. So on placement, like, he can get up to 60 range, which is really insane. But as you guys can see, I have Ruler on him, so I can only utilize 1 ace. And some other really good options is Kaido, because Kaido can chase units down. He can chase units down, as you guys can see right here, move to the last enemy this unit attacked, and he does have a full AoE follow-up attack, and he just does so much. He stuns, burns. This guy is very, very OP. If you don't have Ace, another easier unit to go for is Virgil, because he can utilize his Mirage Barrage attack, and as you guys can see, he gets 1,000 range. So just have 3 Virgil spread out, and he would just like pretty much cover a lot of space. The only reason why Ace is better is because once you place Virgil down, there is a 10-second like cooldown before you can actually swap weapons. So Virgil is probably like the best option, or I guess like tied with Ace, but Ace it's just, slightly less micromanaging. You can just place Ace once and, boom, it's over. So those are like the best units for early game. They're super easy to get. You just get Ace from Banner, and you get Virgil from these capsules. And then your other units, obviously you got your farms, and then you can just use any strong or, like any high DPS unit. So I'm using Zoro and Whitebeard. Whitebeard does have an active skill where the boss takes 50% more damage from like all sources of attack, which is really strong. And Zoro, he's just a really strong boss killer in general. But you can use like, literally any other high DPS. So if you have Luffy, you can definitely run Luffy. Sukuna, he's a solid option too. So yeah, just use any like, good DPS unit. Right, anyways, I'll show you guys how to macro it. So let's just get into a and I will be doing it on a tier 4 key to show you guys, that it's like really easy. I'm not sure if it's a bug, but you can actually like use the macro on any tier. So if you don't know what I mean, so I'm going to start a macro right now on a tier 4 key. And then let's just say I wanted like, maybe like the kunais or ramen like evolution item from tier 1 or tier 2. I can just start the macro, even though I started the macro on a tier 4, I can use the same macro on those tiers too. And I keep on saying tiers, but I'm not sure if you guys know what I mean, but you only need 1 macro and it'll work for all the tiers. Alright y'all, so I'll start the macro right here. So I'll just delete this, load, and then start it right here. And then I am going to utilize the unit manager to like upgrade my units and all that. So first what you're going to do is instantly place both of your farm units. And what I'd like to do in my macros is I spam place the unit, just in case if like the macro bugs out, or for some reason, like my laptop is very bad and it overheats and it's super laggy. So here now I'll place Ace, then I'll place my Kaido right here. Again, Astro Ace is way better because I could have 1 right here, 1 Ace right here, and then 1 Ace right here. So as you guys can see, he's building up his range, and look at that, he is covering so much. Then Kaido, he's going crazy too. Then I'll place my high DPS units up at the front right here. So I'm spam placing my Whitebeard, spam placing, then spam place my Zoro. You want to place everyone before you upgrade your farm units. So there we go. And then I am going to auto upgrade Speedwagon, he's max, and then now I just auto upgrade Bulma. And then since we are gonna be like AFK macroing this, we're not gonna be able to activate the hands at all, but that's okay. It's just gonna debuff our units a little bit. The only one that's actually going to take out a stock is like a really big one. I think it's the very last one. It's just going to take out 1 stock, but other than that, we're going to be okay. So as you guys can see, it's super easy. Like we're already like they're all getting like spawn camped. So, and then we're just waiting until Bulma's maxed, and then from here you can just max out whoever, preferably any of your DPS units. So I am going to max out my I'm gonna max out my Whitebeard because he does get full AoE on his very last upgrade. What I also like to do is maybe like the macro doesn't register the auto upgrade, so I just kind of spam this a little bit. Just spam the upgrade button. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe like the auto, maybe it just doesn't work and it bugs out. So I'm just spamming, and then I'm gonna have his active ready. Same thing with Zoro was active too. And then now I'm gonna auto upgrade my Zoro, and then once he's maxed out, I think I'll just auto upgrade Kaido since I don't think Ace can even reach him. Yeah, I don't think Ace can reach Kurama. Alright, so I think this is the, what do you call it, the big tailed beast bomb, so I think we're gonna lose a stock right here, which is gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. So you can see we lost the stock. And then I'm gonna activate Zoro's active. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. What happened? He has his buff now. Alright, now we're on the last phase, so I am gonna spam Whitebeard's active, just in case if the macro bugs out or anything. So I'm just gonna do that. And actually I totally forgot to turn on the auto upgrade for Kaido, but it's fine. Your time is gonna be kind of high because of the tail beast bombs, the countdown. I think there's like 30-second one, 30-second one, another 30-second one, so it is a bit annoying, but at least you can AFK this, just AFK macro this, doing this overnight. And obviously if you want it faster, you guys can build like, just bring like super good DPS units that have really good synergy. Which is why I like bringing Whitebeard, because of his active ability. And Zoro is very, very strong too. So, I'm right now. Alright, there we go, and then we can just turn it off. There we go. Now the one thing I believe it's with the 712, I think just Ultra Boss game modes in general, the auto replay does not work. So I think I had it on. Yeah, or the auto restart does not work. So I'm sorry mobile players. Maybe I think there is like an auto clicker on Android, but for iPhone I'm not sure. So you're gonna need, just make sure you have an auto clicker and then just have it right here. So that's what I do, and actually totally forgot to show you guys. I have like a bunch of the currency because I AFK this a lot. So I hope this helps. Maybe you're trying to AFK it, maybe you're trying to farm for Naruto, you're trying to get shiny Naruto, or you're trying to farm the currency so you can get the 200 trait rerolls easily. Actually go over here. I believe I have a bunch. I can almost like claim all the, I can almost buy all the 200 trait rerolls. So yeah, as you guys can see, 18,000. I have a ton. Again, the only like quote unquote hard part is just like, the way like the paths are in the early game mode. So definitely use Ace or Virgil if you guys have them. Those are like the best for the early game. I really hope this video helps you guys out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.